Maybe I should talk about how the worlds are connected first, then about the song? Wait, I can't explain her power if I don't talk about the Minase family first. Is that too confusing, though? Maybe talking about Paimon and the gate would be easier? Just tell them everything, you idiot. It's hard to explain, but Miyuki comes from a family with a strange power. Ah! What kind of strange power? Like ESP or something? I honestly don't know all the details, but she comes from a line of shrine maidens who served gods, I think. Their power can open gates between this world and the one we came from. We actually came back here through one of those gates. I don't know about all these mysterious powers and shrine maidens. Still, you have come back, Takuma, there's no doubting that. All the more reason for us to get Miyuki back, then. You think you can do it? If we have to, we have to. Why don't you get it? I don't want to put you in danger. We're Kaito. Okay, Kaito, you're getting a little... You've been one of the more level-headed characters, but you're getting a little too stupid now. We're all in danger, always. There's no not being in danger. Don't you want to go home, Kaito? Because I do, with you and everyone. Yeah, I get it, but that's why I'm sorry, Takuma. We're at the end of our rope here. Still, I'm happy you came back for us. We've been very discouraged lately. I had no idea time flowed like that here. Anyway, I'm sorry I kept you waiting. No need to apologize. Let's rest for a bit and return to the question of Miyuki. Why don't you get it, Miu? You're the one who doesn't get it, Kaito. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually on Miu's side with this one. Come on, Kaito, chill out already. Miu, calm down a bit, okay? Right, you two, that's enough. Why don't we take a break, everyone? Takuma's just got back after all. I'll put together an extra fancy lunch today, okay? Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, hey, I'll lend you a hand. Me too. I'll help out. Oh, well, if Saki's up for it, then so am I. Thanks, guys, that's a big help. Well, then, you all behave yourselves until we're done, okay? Is something wrong with the professor? Hey, Agumon. So, what should we do? We're not gonna wait around for Aoi to finish cooking? Sure, but we should talk to him before that. Him? You mean the professor? Ah, you figured that out fast. The whole time you were talking to Aoi, he stared at you looking all twitchy and stuff. So you noticed that too, huh? Yeah, just like when Labbermon's looking for attention, but Aoi's too busy. I'm not sure that's the same thing. Well, either way, I have a couple of things to ask the professor about too. We should find a place to talk to him. Free action. Only 5? Chat, I'm gonna be counting on you guys to help me get the affinity ups. There's an entire Koromon right there. Well, it looks like the characters are in groups, though, which is pretty good. Saki is most important. She doesn't even have an ultimate. We're probably not going to end up being able to get her Mega, because I hate that Megas are locked behind choosing affinity options well, but whatever. Aoi's with Saki. I should ask them about what happened the past 10 days. Hey, Aoi, could you tell me more about what happened before? Did something happen to Miyuki? And speaking of which, where's Haru? Do you remember how Haru fainted during the fight against Garurumon? Yeah, we left him in a corner of the factory for safekeeping. Right, so after things finished up, we grabbed Haru and made it back here somehow. But then when he woke up, Haru was incredibly upset by Miyuki's absence. I can see that. Of course he'd be worried if his sister disappeared. By the next morning, Haru had disappeared too. He did? We think he went to look for Miyuki. His wounds hadn't even mended. Oh no. Do you have any idea where he might have gone? I know that he's Renamon. I'm afraid not. We looked everywhere for him, but... So Haru's gone too. Yes, we're all quite worried. I hate to think of such a small child going off on his own. Well, yeah, but there's nothing we can do by ourselves here. To be honest, we've had our hands full just taking care of ourselves. Saki, that's... Well, I guess there's no point in splitting hairs. Like Saki says, it's taken everything just to stay alive. But Aoi kept us all together this whole time. You saved me a bunch too. No, that's not. Come on, no need to be modest. Aoi here's amazing. What do you mean? You see how the pressure of the situation puts everyone on edge, right? That's why everyone was always at each other's throats. But Aoi kept all of us together with her magic touch. Magic touch? Oh, does she have superpowers too? What's that? Uh-huh, what do you think I mean? I wonder, maybe she means like a healing touch, treating everyone's wounds? No? What? Hello? Or wait, did she awaken to some sort of magical power when we were away? Why are you so stupid? I can hardly imagine, but you never know. Did Takuma lose brain cells, like, between chapters 5 and 7? Aoi's a wizard! Oh my goodness. Here you have to decide which of the pair you want to have higher affinity with, so if you want our help, we have to know for which character. That sucks. Just what I wanted. Not only are Megas locked behind making sure you get enough good affinity responses, but also now you can only get affinity. You have to choose between getting affinity with one character or another. Which one of these gives me affinity with Aoi? Because I'm going to be real with you. I care more about getting Megas than I do about getting an ultimate for Saki. So, if I have to choose between Saki or Aoi right now, then I want to get more points with Aoi at a chance of getting her Mega. Healed everyone is Aoi. Wizard would have been Saki. Did she treat everyone's wounds? That'd explain why everyone trusts her so much. Ah, well, I guess you have a point there. Right? Aoi's so... how do I put it? Devoted? Motherly? I don't think you should ever refer to one of your friends as being motherly. Unless they, like, recently had a child and you wanted to compliment them on being a mother, I guess? Even then, I just wouldn't do it. What? Takuma, you think of me that way? Well, yeah, that part of you is always a big help to the rest of us. Really? Me, motherly. Ha, I admit I'm a little flustered. Oh, for sure, that's our mama Aoi over there. Just having her around gives everyone some peace of mind. You too, Saki? Jeez. Still, that's not the magic touch I was talking about. Wait, really? Cooking! I'm talking about her cooking. Now we're talking. She kept our bellies full with her food and our hearts at peace with her words. How much did I get with Aoi right there? What was Aoi at before, chat? Does anyone remember? I think she was only at like 31 or 32. So that was worth at least 4, maybe? I don't know how much I need for Mega. I'm gonna guess I need 60, which is a tall order even if chat lets me ace every remaining affinity thing. That's really... I don't know. Like, I don't inherently dislike the idea of, like, unlocking the ultimates and megas through having enough affinity, but since you, like, always have, like, a 1 in 3 shot of getting the right answer or not, I don't know. It just seems so easy without playing the game multiple times or without, like, looking up answers that you're just not gonna get megas on a lot of characters, which I hate. But also, I mean, I just, like, I really, really, really hate that this game just seems to be designed with the idea of, like, you cannot just play it once. If you want, like, the actual game, you have to play it a second time. And I legitimately despise that game design. Like, I hate that idea for a game a lot. Playing an NG Plus or playing a game for a second time should be something you want to do because the game was so fun that you just want to experience it again. Or to see things be like what little differences you can spot or can have happen by choosing slightly different options and whatnot. I do not like it being the idea of like, no, we made the game, but then we made a worse game that you have to play first to get to the good game. I just really hate that. She kept our bellies full with her food and our hearts at peace with her words. Ah, so that's what you meant. Glad to hear how good her food is. Nothing soothes the soul like a good meal. Aoi sure knows her way around a stove. It's not like I whipped up anything special. I just made do with what we had. She's been so caring, too. Did I tell you I had planned to go to the hospital after camping? Don't say that, Saki. It's fine, it's fine. The hospital? Something wrong? Nothing major, but when we came to this world, all my plans for hospitals or surgery went up in smoke. Good is a strong word, Chaos. What did I say? Oh, when I said, like, we made a good game, but we made a worse game on top of it, that was just an example. I don't think this game is good even if you UNG plus it. Like, I can't imagine the game is better if you UNG plus it. Because, I mean, the combat is still going to be bare bones and mostly... Like, the combat in this game has either been, like, kind of, like, just plain, like, boring, almost, except for, like, the Piedmon fight, which wasn't even fun or difficult, or it was just frustrating, because the only thing that made it challenging was that it was just coin flips. And, like, repeated RNG is not a fun way to do difficulty. When we came to this world, all my plans for hospitals or surgery went up in smoke. And yet, because of this, I feel like I can do anything I want to without holding back. Do you have any idea what that feels like, Takuma? I told all this to Aoi, and she's really sympathized with me ever since. Saki. To Saki, who had to worry about hospitalization and surgery, this treacherous world is a place where she can move freely. This seems a little out of nowhere, but okay. If she's been here supporting Aoi, I can see how they've grown so close. Sure, if you say so. Feels like they tried to get some kind of big payoff on, whatchamacallit there, but I don't think it really, it was really deserving of it. Miu is at 36, Kaito is at 32. I think for this duo option, I go with Miu. Didn't you open up your first time around by just throwing your Agumon into the middle of the enemy? Not a great way to set up ending positions. I want to talk about what you just said for a second. Let's think about this. That first fight with the Piedmon, I lost, and the Agumon, like, died early on after getting one hit. Then I would have beat the Piedmon if I hadn't missed, like, a 70% accurate move. But I missed it, so I lost that fight. Every fight prior to that Piedmon, what happened in every fight prior to that Piedmon? Just think about it for a second. Every single fight, I would just go in, just move Digimon to side or back, attack, enemy dies. Maybe one of your Digimon or two dies. There's no repercussions for that. And then you just die anyway, because the game is basically, like, 80% of bosses are just glass cannons. They kill you in 1 or 2 hits, but then they die in 2 or 3 hits. So there's not a whole lot of strategy to be had there in the first place. Secondly, when I did the second fight, where I didn't immediately throw the Agumon out there, what happened to the Agumon in that fight? It went up, it got 1 hit on Piedmon, and then it died. It maybe took 1 more hit away from another thing, but the fight still came down to what? It came down to if I had missed 1 or maybe 2 more moves than I had missed, then I would have lost because of RNG, because I missed a 70% accurate. So your statement of, hey, but, you know, in the game's defense, you played bad on the first fight, it still played out almost the exactly same way. It still had the exact same conditions of, hey, if you miss a 70%, you lose. If you don't, you win. It just so happened that in the second one, I got a 70% chance on the second one, as opposed to the first time I tried. So, I don't think there was any amount of, like, hey, you didn't play smart. I played the same way I played the game every single time, and it would have worked if not for a 70% chance. It's still just RNG. Not true, your board position was much better. You're an idiot. What you said is not... My board position was better. But it was still all just a matter of, hey, don't miss. I got myself, like, doing the board position slightly better got me 1 more chance at hitting, so I got 1 more 70% chance, basically. But at the end of the day, it was still just a matter of, hey, if you rolled the 30% instead, like, once or twice more, you would have lost the same way. Also, the Piedmon fight is completely irrelevant to the fact that every single fight beforehand, none of that was ever relevant. You don't need any strategy in the game. You don't have to think hard. The game doesn't require you to strategize or do anything because the game is mostly brain dead. 1 fight out of the 30 to however many fights that I've done in the game did not require any thought at all. 1 fight required thought, just a little bit of thought of, hey, line up the Digimon first, then attack, because the enemy has random RNG associated with it to where you can just miss off of 70%. That's, in my world, bad game design. For every single fight in the game to just be like, hey, you don't really have to think, just go, forehead. And then you get to one fight, and it's like, hey, you have to put just a bare minimum of make this Digimon wait like 2 more turns before going in. That's just not good game design. Kaito's with Miu again. I should ask them what happened since I saw them last. Hey guys, what's pop? Takuma, man, to think you'd come back now spouting that stuff. All that about Miyuki being the key, you gotta be kidding. Sorry, Takuma, bro seems kinda irritated for some reason. I don't like the tactics either, I was just pointing out you played the first fight poorly. Don't delete that message. Don't delete that message, mods. That's not a message to get deleted. If I get annoyed with someone and want them deleted because of, like, a conversation, I will do it. I will do it myself. But my point is not playing the fight poorly or anything. My point is that you can play every other fight in the game poorly all the doodah day, and you still just pull off a win. And then they hit you with one fight where it's like, hey, we threw a lot of RNG into this. So because of the RNG, you actually have to think, which doesn't actually, like, add any difficulty, because at the end of the day, if I had missed 2 more attacks, it doesn't matter if I put in thought or not. Missing 2 more attacks meant that I would have lost the fight anyway, and it would have been annoying and stupid. The fight was stupid, regardless of how I played or did not play. That's my point, and that's bad game design. Sorry, Takuma. Bro seems kinda irritated for some reason. Okay. Kaito. I figured I'd see how he's doing, but he's in a worse mood than I'd anticipated. You're just talking nonsense since you can't bear to let her go, right? You really think I'm capable of that? Listen, and listen good. Miyuki's finished. Kaput. We gotta take down the boss and fast. Miyuki finished? What are you saying? This is so stupid coming from Kaito. Where he's being like... But, also, I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to have a conversation about hard mode. Hard mode, from what I've been told, raises the statistics of the Digimon. All that is going to do is make fights take longer. Like, all that is going to do is make fights take longer and require you to play a much more conservative game of hodl your Digimon in one spot, move them all closer at once. And that's just like... all that does is make the game take longer and be more boring. That's what I've seen from most people in chat. I obviously haven't done hard mode myself. It's possible I could be horribly wrong. I doubt I'm horribly wrong. And also, even if I am, I don't want to play hard mode because it's just going to make the game take longer, and I just want to finish the game so I can move on with my life. But anyways, I want to talk about this right now with Kaito. After the nonsense of Shuuji saying that Miyuki is probably already dead, we shouldn't go for her, and then Kaito was like, you can't just say that. For Kaito to now be doing that is a major regression of his character. And once again, just like with Minoru in Part 6, they've suddenly decided to 180 a character's way of acting for some reason. Miyuki finished? What are you saying? Exactly what I mean. Just look at her. Even you've got to throw in the towel, right? Are you serious, Kaito? So if I was in her position, you'd do the same to me? No way, I'd never do that to you. I wouldn't let you go that way in the first place. I'll always protect you, you hear me? Always? Alright, Kaito has gone off his rocker in the 10 days that I've been gone. Like, he was always a little weird about Miu, but now it's getting a little insane. You get it, don't you? You're weak, that's why I can't leave you on your own. And those things out there would eat weaklings like you for breakfast. When did Kaito... Like, Kaito was always a bit of a dick, but he's become a super dick for some reason? Even back then, you would have been fine if you just stayed by my side. Back then, he said, something must have happened in their past. And looking at their faces, I'm guessing it was pretty bad. Even so, Kaito's getting way too upset. Maybe I should calm him down. Chat, what's the answer for Miu? Which answer gives me affinity with Miu? Calm him down for Miu. Left for Kaito. Alright. You gotta chill out, Kaito. back off. I'm talking to Miu here. How much affinity was that worth? I don't know what's going on, but you don't have to be so patronizing. She was at 36. Yeah, it was worth 5, Pog. I hope we only have to get to 60 for Mega. It might actually be possible. At least for some characters. Cram it. Don't go talking about stuff you don't know jack about. What? Thanks for trying, Takuma. I'm sorry, but I can't take it anymore. I'm not something you own, Kaito. I can't stand the idea of being protected by you forever. Don't you see? I'm getting strong enough to stand on my own 2 feet. Miu. I'm not the weak one here. You are, bro. You're the one dependent on me, dog. Wickety what? Did you just hit her? Kaito, he slapped Miu. I couldn't stop him in time. Why? Okay, one of the only characters that was actually kind of decent. They just decided to make him garbage. Okay. See? Just like I said. No, what did I? You only know how to solve things with violence. You just want an excuse to vent your anger and you use me to do it. Why is Miu the smartest character here? Do you enjoy this game overall? No, I don't. I mean, I'll just be straight up honest with you. Like, no, not really. I would not recommend this game to anyone. I actually, specifically, RTK asked me about Survive when I was playing Part 5 or Part 6, and I told him not to get it. I think it would be a waste of his time. No, I don't want to know the number for Megas. I want to try and figure it out myself by looking at the affinity numbers when I start unlocking Megas, if I even do. I'm not the one stuck on what happened back then. You are. Miu, all I want to do is protect you, protect what's important to me. Oh boy, oh geez. Oh geez. Oh gosh golly. Hey, what are you gonna do, Takuma? Mind my own dang business? I don't think there's anything I can do. Kaito, Miu, I don't know what happened with those two, so I don't know what to say. Jeepers creepers. Aw, shucks. Aw, zoinks. I think, and therefore I am. There's a bear! I think I'm gonna wrap up here for today because I, only have time to do a 3-hour stream today. I have plans in about 45 minutes I have to get to. Also, I think the next stream is gonna be 3 hours as well because this should be like part 93, so next stream will be part 100. But I do have to wrap up here today because I have stuff to do. But we're going to call it a day here. Save the game. Part 9. I don't know how many parts we have left, but hopefully we're getting there. I mean, I assume we're going to be hitting Mega in the nearish future. And then it'll probably be like a hop and a skip, a part or two, and the game is done then. But we'll see how that goes. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to catch these live, link to my Twitch channel description. Or just keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate support either way. I can't think straight. And I'll catch you next time for more Digimon Survive. Until then, farewell.